So the dream I had was a couple weeks ago, right? I'm actually having this dream, but I'm not involved in the dream. I'm actually watching the dream happen.
Oh,
So
okay.
inside my dream, I'm watching this happen, and I'm watching these people line up to be devoured by this huge snake.
Wow.
Huge yellow, think about like a yellow
Anaconda.
python,
Yeah.
right? But the size of this snake is crazy because he's like the size of a man, the size and width of like an adult male. That's how big he is, right? And he's people are waiting in line to be devoured. Now they're scared, but they are thinking that there's no other path, right? There's no other way. There's no way to run. They're just walking into this thing.
Mm,
Just walking into it scared and frightened, but they've got to go into the mouth of this beast.
mm,
And he has this man. And I cannot for the life of me, I wish I could go back in the dream and I'm going to try and pray and ask God to give me just what he wants to say on this post, but I can't remember the position of the man when he went in, but I do believe he went in face first, right? I do believe he went in face first and is almost like sliding down this beast, right? But it's so crazy because when I look, Denise, the tail of the beast is severed. So
wow.
people are scared to go into this thing. The man is coming out. He must have turned within the snake. He's coming out feet first. And I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, why are they so frightened of this thing? The tail is severed. Like, so it's not a snake, it's a tunnel. Like, I'm
Right.
gonna go in, but I'm gonna come out standing. And I'm wondering, like, why? Don't y'all see the tail is severed? Don't y'all see? The tail is severed. And so let me, oh, Masha, Nayarabasha. Don't y'all see the tail is severed? Like, so I'm sitting out after this dream. I'm like, God, if this is from you, because I dream all the time that I'm fighting demons, but I really don't have dreams to prophesy to people. Like they don't come to me like
Mhm,
they come to
mhm,
other people.
mhm,
So I'm very like I'm trying to be obedient, Lord, but I don't want anything false to come out of my mouth, right? So I'm like, if you want me to deliver this,
mhm,
give me the words or give me the research. What do you want me to say? And so the first thing he gave me is the serpent has no tail. When it comes to my people, the serpent has no tail.
mhm,
And I looked at this and I'm just going to read you my notes. I said it was a strange sight to see because while people were scared of being eaten by this beast, looking at his mouth, they they suddenly realized that the snake had no power without a tail in which to hold and to keep them bound. Um, Let me see. I said, hold on. As I began to research in the Bible, Revelations tells us that the greatest power of the serpent is in its mouth and tail. It was the tail in which Satan swiped 1/3 of the angels from the sky before he fell to the earth to roam and do his bidding. It was the tail in which Apollyon, a demon king who fell with Satan, he was one of the stars, was permitted to torture those without the mark of God for 5 months. And so God allowed Apollyon to torture certain people without the mark of God for 5 months, but he would do it by slashing his tail like a scorpion, right? And all of this is in Revelations. Apollyon was given the key to the bottomless pit. He was given a key to the bottomless pit in which God permitted him to throw people in without the mark. So I asked myself, why this dream and now? God was showing me that for some, the pit may be bottomless, but for God's people, this snake without a tail is only a tunnel, a pass through, a temporary threat to experience, but to ultimately land on our feet. A weapon that is formed but shall not prosper, an enemy permitted to roam but without authority to stay. While we are living in days where it is hard to tell the good guys from the bad, We are marked by God, and He tells us to stand against the wiles of the enemy,
Mm.
equipped and ready for battle, and a battle that's already won. Once
Ooh,
the man in the dream got past the deception of the mouth, man,
my God, Carla.
got past the deception of the mouth that came from the beast. He realized he could stand while his body was progressing through a severed tail. The threat was minimized. In the same way, I also say this, and maybe I shouldn't, let me just say this. In the same way, I recently met a woman going through a really turbulent enemy attack. And so much so, she was praying for death.
Mm.
A Christian woman praying for death because the attacks are so hard to deal with. In the physical, she said to me, if I can only get to the grass, I can feel grounded. That's she kept saying to me. If I can only get to the grass, I can feel grounded. And for me, I'm thinking, oh, is this some sort of, you know, non-God ordained,
Mm.
meditation practice that this woman wants to do? But God corrected me. She said, He said, um, in the same revelation that talked about Apollyon, where God commands him to attack those out of his grace, God forbids them to destroy anything green, not the grass, not the trees, anything green.
Any of my creations, my God.
He demands that the grass and the trees remain living. This Christian woman understood that the only way to beat death, the only way to beat Satan, was to connect herself, to ground herself in a firm foundation. Denise, we better stand on his word. We better stand on all his promises, no matter what the chaos looks like. The deception of the enemy will have us to
Right.
believe that there's no way out. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, Denise, I'm telling you, for us, the tail is severed. There is no threat. There's no threat.